Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. We're just going to get through some weather maps and weather is going to be significant at this time of year. Just have a look here. Um, First off, Karen Brown put out an article just talking more just to get ahead of this whole reciprocal tariffs and who's the trading uh, with the U.S. On the ag side. And she notes right here the United States in 2024 imported 263 billion of agriculture and related products, and what she's talking about is this differential from exports to imports, and that's what Trump is ultra focused on is the differential all the time. So, but we'll just get into it a little wee bit more here. Last year, Canada and Mexico accounted for a third of the U.S. agricultural related products. So you can see Canada and Mexico on the imports and on the exports made up a fair bit. And then when you get uh, the the different types of products, it's highlighted in here as well. Um, the top product that Canada actually is forest products, and then there's some grains and oil seeds are in this area as well. Not fresh vegetables. That's mainly coming from Mexico, but and beef products. So there's a few checks that you would say here cereals and vegetable oils and beef products. Those are probably the main ones that are coming from Canada. Everything else is from other areas. Um, Seeing as forestry is the main product that he's talking about, uh, this just kind of gives you a highlight of where the forest is. This is why we sell more to them than they sell to us. Dingbat. But anyway, um, the drought monitor, there's a fair bit of drought. You can see overall, uh, drought has actually decreased this last week. But the one that I'm paying attention to right now is the winter wheat, and it increased in drought, even though there's some storms going across there right now that might bring some of that down. And corn and soybeans are the other two, and that decreased slightly as well. So just look at corn, major growing areas here, and some of those storms were going across this way here, and that area over there. Like there's very little drought except for here. Well, let's just look at where the drought is here, here, and here. Those are the major areas with drought. Same thing in the soybean area, uh, and it's reaching into Kansas here as well. But there was some storms that went across there. I just want to note that there is some drought over here as well, and they are uh, pretty concentrated on growing a fair bit of winter wheat. And there was some frost concerns over there too, so we'll start to see if there's any damage soon enough. This is just a 4-inch drought soil moisture. You can see where the drought is actually persisting. And I only did the 4 centimeter just because that's the root zone basically. Seasonally, and this is extended forecast, and whether you can get any of this truth at all, but they're saying below here, and that's a major area of the growing area, and you can see that heat is going to be building over here as well. Ice cover went down again on yesterday, and we're down to 8.2. I'm seeing some traffic of some carriers. They're here, and there's an extra one over there, so it must have got through. But still, I need to see a little bit more traffic than what's showing up on marine traffic right as we speak. So canola slightly down on the front month and down a little bit more on the back, uh, down a couple bucks. Rapeseed is actually up. Soybean oil is flat, and your palm is down as well, and your wheats are just trying to hold on to some of the losses, or trying to gain back a hair of the losses that it's had. So if you look at canola, it's actually got this little bit of a wave here, and it looks like your short-term moving average has maybe put a lid on the market going up here. So have to get above the short-term moving average, and we might be running out a little bit of time here as that April 2nd is looming here. But if we see some exports start to increase here, this will probably push this up, as it is looking like it's going to be quite tight on supply. Your new crop. Um, uh, Same thing. The short-term moving average is above the where the current market is trading. So uh, need some changes there to get a little bit excited. But when you see the European rapeseed, it's actually basically on fire, rebounding off of the lows that were made just earlier on in the week. And when you look at the differential, we're looking at $197. Um, European rapeseed is more expensive than canola by 197 Canadian dollars. Soybean oil looks like a little bit of recovery. If there's a product I would maybe enter into is maybe soybean oil. It looks like it's got a maybe a little bit better trend, and it looks like a buy here as well on the slow stochastics as well. Your palm oil basically just chopping sideways here, and your soybeans it doesn't seem to want to make it above this that trend line, um, and yet it's touching it right now, but it's not the most favorable trend, that's for sure. Canadian dollar at the upper end of this channel at 70 cents. If you want to trade that channel, that can happen in one day, that up and down. So just be careful with that one. Soybeans or spring wheat, trend is still here, but it looks like we're maybe going to break through. And you can maybe see, if you were to draw a line here, that long candle that we had yesterday still could be a breakthrough. You can see it on the Chicago or on the Kansas. It actually broke through the trend line. And if you look at the new crop, same thing on Kansas. It would be breaching that trend line, but it's still quite a ways off of its lows it made a couple weeks ago. Here's your milling wheat, your French milling wheat. It's got above the short-term moving averages, and the corn is trading right at it as well. Whether it's going to grab some strength and get above it here, but it is Friday, so don't expect the market to actually have a whole big pile of lift on a Friday. This is your live cattle, and that was the previous all-time high. Looks like we're making a brand new all-time high now. So, and the next report that's going to be significant is the USD planting report, and we'll probably have some estimates that will come out soon enough. Everybody's giving their 2 cents on that already, so we'll maybe print something so that you guys can have something in your hands there as well.